Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music.
Less commercials.
More Larry and Kathie.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Yay, it's Friday.
Yes, it is.
What are you doing this weekend?
I don't know. It depends. Chris is on call, so we usually hang out until he has to go or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of I have the weekend to myself. And then I usually just when are you coming back? We're that couple. You know what I mean? It's we still get sad when somebody leaves.
Yeah, you're a puss. You don't like being alone.
Well,
you don't even like driving alone.
You gotta watch. I'm telling you both this. Bolty, Kathy, go on Netflix. You gotta watch Chris Rock's new stand-up special for Netflix because he talks about. He goes, when my grandparents were married, he's like my grandpa would go to work at 6:30 in the morning and wouldn't come home till 9:30 at night.
Wow.
He's on. You know what? They didn't have any contact during that whole day.
Yeah.
They didn't even know what was up. He's
right.
the kids could have died. He's and he wouldn't have found out till he got home.
Yeah.
There was no contact. He's you were allowed to miss each other. He's nowadays,
right.
it's you leave 5 minutes and you get an emoji.
Yes.
And then he's
got to work.
Right, and he's
going on lunch.
Right, and then your wife has the nerve to say, "You haven't even asked about my day." He's all, "Asked about your day?" He's like, "I know all about your day, and I know about how all your friends feel about your day."
Yeah.
He's all, because you can read the thread of all the social media.
Right,
so he's I know exactly what you did when you did it.
Right.
He's all, "I sent you 2 happy faces and an eggplant emoji. What the hell do you want from me?" Yeah, he's saying we're crazy with it, but you got to watch that Chris Rock special. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, dude, think about that though. It would have been hard to not talk to them all day.
I know, but it built
and
up
they'd be
a little
gone
mystery.
And right.
Right, and that's why you missed each other, and now there's no separation. Chris will go do his thing, and I know immediately when he lands, we talk, FaceTime, this, that, the other.
For sure.
There's no missing each other.
Right.
Right. We got to start missing each other again.
Yeah. We got to start missing each other.
There's nothing to talk about at dinner anymore.
Because you already know it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
For sure. It's and Chris will do that. And I'll be like, "Did you see this? I already saw it. Did you see this? I saw you post it.
Right.
Did you watch this video? I already saw it." Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, speaking of dinner, Mr. Fish and I went out to dinner the other night.
Uh-huh.
And it was it was our night. It was like a date night. My mom had the girls. We were going out. Let's go have. So we got Chinese food. There's a cool restaurant in Aurora. So we ate and stuff. And the whole time at dinner, all he did was bitch. To the point where I just closed myself off. Just I was I love this tea. Oh yeah, this is great rice.
He was venting.
He just was. I mean, he was bitching about my mom.
Right.
He was bitching about the finances. He was just bitching. I was oh my God, I'm the guy right now. I would rather be anywhere than sitting at this table with him.
You're all, "More sake, please."
Right. I did. I honestly was gonna get some alcohol.
Kathy's looking longingly at a couple across the restaurant, a black couple. She's wow, that lady's so lucky.
No.
She doesn't even know.
And we didn't, because the rule is you can't pick up your phone.
Oh my God.
I was dying. Yeah, I was oh my God, I just wanted to look at my phone.
You're all, when I said I wanted to talk to you, I wanted you to hear me.
Well, no, I was just expecting us to have a fun conversation about the news and stuff. But he's so busy, he doesn't watch any of the news. So we're just, and it immediately just turned to complaining. And he busted me twice rolling my eyes. He was like, "Why are you rolling your eyes? This is serious what I'm trying to talk to you about." And I was like, "Oh my God."
Kathy ordered a samurai sword off the wall so she could do that.
I couldn't wait to get out of there. And he wanted to take a little bit more time. I was like, "Oh my God, get me home."
He's paying the check. You're all, "Honey, my Uber's here. I'll see you at the house. Bye."
He tried to open my door for me, and I was just so closed off by then. It was I wasn't putting a bitch vibe out, but I was definitely putting a
"Get me home.
I'm done."
Right.
Let's go. Yeah. So then we get home and I immediately just headed upstairs. I was just I don't want to hear him talk at all, even if it's something nice. I came home and went right to the whiskey and poured a big old shot.
Wow, it's you're the husband in the relationship.
I felt like the husband. And there he was down there complaining about this and that. And this, oh my God, I was going to kill somebody.
He's all, "Let me put the kids to bed before you beat me."
So I hope if y'all are going to dinner this weekend, it's going to be
Friday.
better than mine. Yeah, happy Friday.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
You guys didn't come over yesterday. We were supposed to do margaritas since it was National Margarita Day.
Oh, that's right.
So Chris and I did the coconut tequila in the pineapple.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can you hit the air horn? I want to kind of hit that every break because it makes my nipples hard. This is our Friday, bitches.
Yeah, Friday.
And whoever talked to us yesterday, this is your Saturday, so enjoy.
Yeah, totally. It's not your Sunday yet.
Speaking of Saturday,
Yeah.
Bolty and I are toying with the idea because we have this whole Blazing Hit radio station, right?
Yes.
And you hear the morning show, we do it, and then it repeats, and the Friday show repeats for the week during the weekend.
Yeah.
And then we come back on Monday. So we have this whole show, and we're the only staff here. So we thought, well, why wouldn't we have Larry and Mikey's Saturday night dance party?
You mean like where you guys like do a dance to like revolution?
Well,
like
no.
You guys are going to go Facebook Live? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, we're going to promote that we're live on Saturday night. We're going to do dance music and like throwbacks. We're going to have a ton of fun, and we're probably going to bring some people because Mikey's single, so he might be like, hey, maybe. Right. I said that'd be a great way to bring a girl and go, I'm having a little private, dance party on the radio.
Yeah, want to see the studio?
Right. So I think that could work for him. And so I don't know, like it sounds good in theory.
Yeah, totally.
I know.
Have fun. Like I can already see like it's dark, but yet you got the coolest lights going on.
Right.
Everybody's dancing. There's a lot of smoking going on.
No. This is very limited. We're not going to bring a ton of people in.
Oh, I thought we were clubbing it.
No.
Still got work to do.
We're afraid.
I get bartender.
That expensive green screen over there, we don't need anything messed up.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to try to keep it controlled, but it's going to be a rager on the air.
Oh.
So, like, if you're listening, you're like, oh, my God.
We're not dancing as much as we're going to make you dance.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
With what?
With our sick
choice.
beats.
Oh,
right.
With the music you'll choose.
Yeah.
With DJ Uli and DJ Bolty.
Wow.
And DJ Kathie stopping by. No.
I'll come in and go, you guys are stupid.
Right. You're all, this is the same songs we play all the time.
And you ordered pizza? Come on.
Well, yeah. But the thing is that it could be kind of fun, just, have a little bit of shots and,
This is your chance to play Samantha Moomba, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't know if we'd get that drunk.
How
but yeah.
What are you dying? You're dying to play some poppy records?
I don't know. You might hear a little JoJo Get Out. I mean, I'm not going to go maybe Samantha Moomba on everybody's ass.
Okay.
But we'd probably just, there's so many songs from like even say 2014 that nobody plays anymore.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like there's all these like
some ones that you love.
We're a disposable society, so it's like we take these hits and we shard them out, and then the next thing you know, there's the new batch of hits, and then you realize, oh my God, there's like all these great songs from the last 5 years that
for sure.
nobody's touching.
Right.
Yeah, that's us.
And Bolty's a music kid.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then, so get this, I am free because Chris, congratulations to my husband who flies for United. He used to fly for Frontier, and he made the move to come to a bigger airline. He wanted to travel and more and stuff like that.
Right.
And United lets you go
international.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of sat in the sidelines while a lot of his friends have gotten these great trips. Like his friends go to China or whatever.
Totally.
It depends. And
With
so
the
like
cool layover.
Right. And one of his friends, Ernie, he's like this super duper hot looking Chechnyan guy. I don't know what he is.
But not the Ernie that I know.
Ernest. I think his name's Ernest.
Ernest. Okay.
He's super hot.
Well, he had to have.
Right.
Like
whatever.
He had to be super hot with a name like Ernest.
God bless him.
And the thing is, he's so in like people like are all about him. So he gets all these amazing trips. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, because I want him on my flight for 14 hours.
Well, it's like the people who pick those things, sometimes I guess they could show a little bit like, hey, I'll hook you up.
Okay.
Because he's so, whoa.
Good looking. But your husband is really good looking.
I know, but he's kind of like been like the sideline player as far as those trips go. So he finally got a trip to Hawaii. So he was super excited.
Yay!
And then he's like, he gets to be the purser in first class, which means he's totally in charge. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I go, should I go with you? And he looked in the computer. He's like, there's a ton of open seats. And I was like, oh, I totally could go.
Yeah, are you going to go?
And then he's like, but then he comes back Sunday morning. So I would be like, so you're only there. He gets there at 4 p.m.
on Saturday.
And then leaves to be here on Sunday morning. So I was like, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun for being on a 7-hour flight both ways.
Yeah, gotcha. For you, but for him, that's
He's
like
loving
a
it.
big old perk of the job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, I'm like, I need a couple days if I'm going to invest.
Right, like, can we come back Monday morning?
Right, exactly. I was like, you know what? I'll go and I'll stay a couple days later. He goes, I would say you could do that. He's like, but you're not brave enough to do that.
Yeah.
I was like,
as soon as he leaves, as soon as the taxi's going away for the airport,
I'd be like, I'm alone on this little island. And I would look on a map and I'd be like, I'm over here and Yoshi's over here and Chris is way over here. And I'm all by myself.
Chris knows you
I don't
so well.
know anybody.
You are so not strong.
Yeah, not cool.
Again, 30 seconds after Chris's
right,
left, you
for
would
sure. I would not agree to that.
Yeah.
Most people would take a walk to the beach.
Oh, no way. And enjoy their time, read a book.
Something, right. If not you, you'd
They'd
be like, wait a minute.
They'd take me to the police station. We found this man wandering, talking to people. He's lost.
Right.
Right.
And that'd be only like 2 hours after Chris leaves.
Exactly.
You couldn't handle it.
I'm not a alone person. I'm like not a.
No, you're not.
Have you ever gone to a restaurant and had a meal by yourself?
Only when I was forced to, and that was like when I would be traveling into another city.
Right, and then you don't care because you don't know anybody in that city.
Totally.
You look like a loser.
Although I used one time my phone wasn't charged, and I was like, what am I going to do? I said,
I'll read the sugar packet.
As I was leaving the lobby of the hotel, I was like, a newspaper. I think I will take one of these.
Yeah, I've never seen one of these in years.
It was
Artifact.
it was weird.
Yeah.
And then there I was at Chili's reading a newspaper.
You're that lady that
having
everybody
a drink
sees.
and eating. Yeah,
right, you're
it
like,
was
look at
crazy.
that poor lady by herself reading the paper.
Right,
Chili's.
it's like only if I'm really forced to. But I don't. Do you, Bolte? Do you go into restaurants and sit by yourself?
I tried not to, but I'd rather go with you guys. But yeah, I can do it. I'm good alone.
I've tied my.
You are.
Yeah, I like being alone.
Would you just be on your phone the whole time? Do you stare at people?
I would probably try to find the newspaper like you did.
It's like I've gone to a movie by myself, and to me, I was like, that was a big step, and I was like, that was dope. I didn't mind that because it's in the dark, and nobody can see that I'm alone.
Right.
But no, it's like I've worked food into way too much of a social thing to where like I'll be like, I don't feel like eating if nobody's around. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's like it's more of an event. It's like I like cooking for Chris,
Totally,
and making his food for his trips and stuff like that, and watching him eat the food. How was that?
Well, Saturday, if you guys don't do your dance party,
Why would you have?
Yeah.
I'll actually be in your hood, Larry. I'm going to be at Punch Bowl Social in Stapleton.
Oh, okay.
For it's some ladies that I work with at Fox 31. It's their birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so-
why don't you plan on taking those ladies over to our party here at the studio, and Mike can flirt with your older lady friends?
Ooh,
Cougar
Mike.
party.
Yeah, don't call them cougars.
No, not yet.
No, just don't say the word. I
Okay.
mean, even if the ladies know they're cougars, they don't want to hear it.
Doesn't a cougar like to be a cougar?
Yeah, there's something that's like you don't want to be called a saber-toothed tiger.
No,
That
definitely
means
not.
you're like really old.
Or a silver cougar.
Silverback cougar.
Because in the gay community, isn't there silver fox?
I guess I don't know all the terms, but yeah,
We were
like
going
Anderson
through-
Cooper's a silver fox.
Right. Yeah. And a gold gay.
No, a gold star gay.
Yes, that's Andy Cohen.
Oh, Andy Cohen's a gold
Oh,
star
I
gay.
thought you just said, who would you say was a silver fox?
Anderson Cooper.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And Andy Cohen.
Yeah, right. So,
But now you brought up Gold Star Gay, which is a gay guy who's never come in contact with a vagine.
right.
Right.
Never been taken over by the regime.
Right. Never like been near one because he was C-sectioned. So never even had contact.
Right.
That's a Gold Star Gay.
Okay.
Poor
yeah.
guy's missing out.
Or
Thanks, Mikey.
did he escape the jaws of death?
Shut up. Anyways, so I'll be at Punch Bowl Social. And it's like, it starts at 8.
That's
And, in the winter, 8 o'clock is a nightmare because it's so cold out at 8 o'clock. It's like, I don't want to go out.
plus, like, obviously people are going to scoff at us freaking out over 8, but it's like if you had our hours, 8 is your 10
Yeah.
or maybe even 11.
Right, totally.
So for us,
We get up so early.
right, for
But
sure.
it's
That's
also-
like us out at 1 in the morning. What?
right. What are
We're
we
out
doing?
at 9? And everybody's like, yeah, we just got here. Good night.
Right.
Right.
Because I prefer to like start something at 6.
Right.
Get my drink on.
Right.
Get it moving.
Oh, no.
And then,
You're
it's
crazy.
like, wow, 9:30? I better head home.
I got to I had to read. I used to be like you.
Yeah.
I used to be crazy like you. now I've adjusted my hours to the party's at 4. And
You
now
moved up even more?
Yes,
Okay, Grandpa.
because I have to find some unemployed friends or
Right.
people that have that day off.
Oh, Larry, you always found unemployed friends.
I know, but my friends know to party with me and then go party.
Yes,
So
right.
I'm the pre-party.
That's what you do, right,
Right.
Bolty?
Yeah, that's the pre-gamer.
Right.
Right.
Go hang out with Larry, hit the bong a couple times. Then all of a sudden you're sleeping because you get so high.
Right.
No, I remember. It's funny you say that because it was a Halloween. I don't know what it was, and we were all over there hanging out, and I was like, "Here we are partying, everything's cool." And then we were getting ready to leave, and Bolty was already on the phone trying to go where he
What
was
the
going
next
next.
plan
And I
was.
was like, I wasn't good enough
Right.
for his night to be complete. It's
He saw,
okay.
it's time to do some real drugs.
Totally.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
come on and clap.
It's Kathie J's Stupid News.
Ooh. A car thief tries to tell the cops, all right, I'm Matthew McConaughey.
They're like, oh, well, hey, go ahead and steal away, sir.
And he has no resemblance.
Him, he's all, I just do that voice.
But you know what? If you sell it, I mean, Donald Trump can sell it, a
Right.
polished
He's like,
turd,
hey, I'm worthy of being in office.
Exactly.
Done.
Right. So, the cops in Pennsylvania caught a 46-year-old guy named Troy Miller trying to steal a car. Okay.
Was it a Cadillac? That's
his
who he
theory.
endorses, right?
They asked him for his ID. He wouldn't give it up. And then he said, come on. And then he
Don't you know who I am?
ran his fingers through his hair. Don't you know who I am? I'm Matthew McConaughey. Cops both looked at each other and started laughing.
They're like, okay, he's on drugs.
Yeah, and then they promptly arrested him for attempted car theft, providing false identification, and prowling. Would you like to see his mugshot versus Matthew McConaughey?
Oh, whoa.
He's like a homeless dude.
He looks like Matthew McConaughey's homeless uncle.
Right. Oh, God. All right, so we got some video this morning, and it's a fish and an alligator. Okay?
Whoa, okay. Sounds like a joke. A fish and alligator walking a bar.
Yes, right, totally. So a guy catches a fish, right?
Okay.
In the video, and then an alligator comes out of the water and steals it. Like, so he didn't even see the alligator there.
Oh, okay. I've seen a video before
Yes.
where like a seagull took some guy's fish, or like one of those seals popped out of the water
Yes.
and took some guy's fish.
Right. And I think I've seen. Maybe we did watch a video once of a crocodile. Remember we were like, oh my God, look, he's right there the whole time. Or she was washing her feet or something.
I don't know.
I swear that we had watched one together. But alligators, you gotta. Okay, so here's the video. So the little boy's got his little.
Oh my God.
Like they
that
were-
was a good sized fish.
Hey, that's a huge fish. It looks like a big old salmon.
Wow.
There's the kids too, poor guy. He's
Right,
like,
I know.
my biggest fish ever.
Not anymore.
Why? Why? Look at that. The alligator's very happy.
Yeah, exactly. But in one bite, he's going to have a big hook. He's like, well, something's in my teeth. That really hurts.
Hey, thank God the kid let go of the reel.
Right? Or, yeah, because that alligator's about to eat about a mile of line.
Right. Oh, yeah, true. Let go of the pole. Let go of the pole. And finally, road rage. Road rage is getting bad. We heard about it yesterday with Chevy Chase.
I know. I just saw a video of
Didn't want to see that old guy getting his ass kicked.
some girl just got out of her car. She was in a Prius and did a red light, and somebody else is filming it through their phone. They're a couple cars back.
Okay.
And so she goes to confront the car in front of her, and the guy gets out and like pushes her, and she falls way like in the back into a big snowbank, and like just falls in the snow. And then the guy just gets his car. All the traffic just drives away. She's all, ah!
I think that's the
Oh,
story
shut up.
I have.
Shut
I
up.
think that's the story I have. Did you just recently see
Yeah,
it?
I just saw it on break.
Okay, this is the story I have.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, so the story is we have, like Larry said, happened in New Hampshire. It's been snowing in New Hampshire.
Right.
Somebody posted cell phone video. So the road rage incident, this is what happens. The car in front of her must have cut her off, the dude.
Right.
She gets out of the car, approaches the driver in front of her, and then he gets out of his car.
Right. This
and
is
shoves
right
her so hard.
So she's in a yellow jacket and she walks like, I'm going to tell you something.
I'm yelling at you.
Right. And then he
right there
gets
on
out
the
of his
highway.
car and he's like, bitch, step back. And he pushes her right in the snow. And look at her. She's like, my head.
My neck.
My head.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, yeah, there's your road rage.
Stay in your car, idiots.
Everyone just be careful.
Don't end up on stupid news. Then you're stupid.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music.
Less commercials.
More Larry and Kathie.
I wanted to talk about, the recent school shooting.
Yeah.
And then how they found out there was a guard that was armed.
Right.
That was supposed to be in there protecting the kids.
And
he was outside.
And stayed outside.
And stayed outside the whole time and now conveniently retired. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to call somebody out or judge somebody because you don't know what you do in a certain situation. But
totally.
When it's your job to be there to protect those kids and now you're standing outside with them.
Yeah.
And you hear the shots going off. That guy should be in some sort of trouble, don't you think?
You would think, but here's the unfortunate situation is a lot of our schools. I mean, I remember the cop that was on duty at my school. He was really overweight.
Right.
He was cool as hell with with the kids and
because
stuff.
he didn't have to worry anything about Ben, you know?
Right. And so it was maybe you just said he retired.
Well, no, he's now he's
I'm done. But
in other words, please don't follow me. I'm just old and retiring.
Right. So maybe he was just an older person and he was like, I don't want to die right before I'm about to.
I know. And that's
at retirement age. So I'm just saying the schools, maybe they should be hiring more badass cops rather than the old fat guy that's just trying to buy time before he retires.
For sure. And then it goes to the bigger discussion of because President Trump was suggesting that they arm the teachers.
Yeah.
And then
they had all these examples of teachers that had concealed. Did you see that? It was like 3 pages long of incidences where teachers had a concealed weapon with them on school property and either shot their leg, shot themselves in the hip.
Yeah.
The one teacher left the gun in the bathroom by accident and kids found it and turned it in. There's been all these incidences where it just didn't work out right with the teachers carrying guns.
We're barely paying them enough to teach.
Yeah,
and it's the other thing I saw is there was a guy on the news that was a police officer, former military guy, and he says on a good day, when it's clear and you're at a shooting range, officers can hit on an average about 80% of the shots that they're firing.
That's good.
But when you're in a real life situation where there's stress and people are shooting back at you, it drops to 18%. So imagine how low it would be for the teachers.
Who don't go to the gun range all the time.
Well, no, and exactly.
Yeah, even to stay practice.
Exactly.
Right.
Sorry, I accidentally shot a couple innocent kids.
That's what I would think.
You know what I mean? So my thing was, and I'm not saying this in a way to take advantage of a situation, but I think that there's an opportunity to help save lives because I saw on the news these Kevlar backpacks sold out, and they're $200 a pop. And these Kevlar backpacks, which make a ton of sense. So then I thought, okay, we need to make Kevlar backpacks, but it comes with a doorstop too.
Ooh, yeah.
And it comes with the whole protection. Maybe there's I don't know. There's probably a whole line. And this is sad that you even have to think about this.
Right. It's schools.
Right. Because you're but I mean, sending your girls to school, I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I mean, gosh, it could happen anywhere.
Anywhere.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And everybody's kind of lulled into this false sense of security. But it's I think that the backpack is a great idea. But maybe you could even make some clothing.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like a bow that the girl wears and she pulls it off and it's actually a Chinese star and you shoo and then you hit another innocent kid.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that. Right. No. More of
but,
just,
I'm just
hide
thinking,
behind the backpack.
Okay.
But I definitely don't think that arming the teachers is the answer.
Right.
And so I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things that's going to continue to be discussed. But the fact that armed guard was not present is not helping.
And how do you think? I mean, you saved your life, and you get to retire, but you have to retire knowing that you
I'm fearful.
could have saved some kids' lives.
I'm fearful of him because he needs to go into hiding because parents are going to be, society's going to be mad at him.
Totally.
So I just I don't know. And then again, I wonder if there's going to be some sort of he's in trouble because is there a fleeing clause. Like, it's like the guy that I was talking about on the news, he said, as adverse as the situation is, you're trained over and over to go towards the shooting.
Right.
And the fact that he was all,
He thought about his life first.
Right, for sure, which is really sad. And anyway, so I don't know.
You know what? I'm glad that we're having the talk.
Right, no,
I think
for sure.
It's a little bit more serious than it was 6 months ago.
No, for sure. And it's, again, our thoughts and prayers are going out to everybody that was affected. And, I'm glad that the kids are talking because it's harder for people to silence them.
Yeah,
and they're actually really having a real impact. And they're really savvy on social media.
Yeah.
So they can combat those false posts that were going on.
Right. They say, those are actors.
Yeah.
Hi, this is so-and-so. I'm not an actor.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it makes you think about homeschooling, and who knows if that's the answer, but that's what we've decided at Kathie's house. I mean, I just decided that.
You decided it.
Hit us up, 303-728-3420. It's Friday. If you want to hear anything, request anything, or just give us your comments, hit us up.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
In the morning, in the shower.
I don't know if you guys are keeping up on the Olympics, but it's kind of confusing because I went home and I hit the highlights.
Yeah.
And I watched those.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, okay. And then Then we watched it at night. Chris had set the DVR, and I thought it was going to be different.
Right.
And then it was what I had already watched, so they're showing it not in real time.
Okay.
So in other words, you watch it at night if you don't want any spoiler alerts. You don't want to know who won or whatever.
Right.
But I had actually watched it before, so then Chris was watching it, and I was like, I know who wins. And I was,
why did you say that?
But I didn't tell him.
Okay.
But I was like, and it was the men's speed skating, and it was crazy too because it was like Hungary was going, and it was like China, and it was Germany, and it was like they were all battling, and like in the very last second, Hungary won.
Oh, that's cool.
They were the hungriest.
Enter the Hungaries.
And I don't ever remember seeing this form of speed skating. So it's like there's two rings of skaters.
Okay.
So there's the inner ring and then an outer ring.
Yes,
Right. And then they swap in, and then the last guy shoves his guy forward.
Yeah.
And then that's how they keep doing it. The inside guy comes to the outside and then shoves his next guy. It's kind of like a relay or whatever.
Yeah, relay.
And I was like, wow, I've never seen that because it was like, he had to touch his butt and shoved him super hard.
Really?
Anyway.
I just thought you were going to say you hadn't seen it before, period.
Okay. Sometimes I think you have an issue with the fact that I'm gay. But,
No.
And skaters have the best butts. They have like just these round, like,
no,
it's
they
crazy.
got great glutes.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Yeah, thighs. I mean, yeah.
So it was crazy. So like, it was this neck and neck, and even the announcers were like freaking out. And so like these Hungarian guys at the last second, just put it on, like they just stepped on the gas and found a little place to sneak in, and
they won by like a nose.
Oh
or
yeah,
they won
for
by
sure.
A
It was
huge amount?
Oh no, by just a nose.
Okay.
It was like the Chinese guy was right behind him, and like at the end when they're coming toward the finish line, because they're skating forward, leaning forward, and pushing, leaning over, and then when they hit the finish line, it's like skate first to see who can get their skate across the finish line.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of looked gay. It was all. And Chris was like, "That looks gay." So they all finished like on one skate. Yeah, it was kind of funny. But it was crazy because of all the ice skating and all that.
Yeah.
We went on YouTube and watched Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding's performance.
What do you mean?
Because of the I, Tanya. Yeah. So it's on YouTube. So it was crazy because I was like, after watching the movie and watching all the skating, I want to see how she compares to these other girls.
Right. So
And
which performance did you end up watching of
the
her?
one where she's at the Olympics and she was all, my lace broke.
Yeah, that was just sad.
It
was just sad. Oh my God.
What was crazy about it is the announcers at the time, they were like, because they were like trying to count down, and they were like, she's supposed to be on the ice.
Yeah, you have 2 minutes to get out on the ice.
Right. And so she's having trouble with her skates. And so the announcer, or one of the professional skaters that was commentating, was like, I've been in skating forever. And she's like, this stuff only happens to her. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, like, she's delaying it.
She's
the one
has
that
an
wants
issue.
Right. She's the one. So it's just like, I've never seen anything like this.
But little did you know, now that
she's
you've seen
getting her
the
ass
movie,
kicked at home.
Yeah, that she's getting her ass
Right.
kicked. She's with and
her mom's mean.
And then her makeup was on so heavy and wrong through that performance because she didn't get makeup artists like the rest of the girls.
Right.
She, her hair didn't have the best moisturizer.
Right. She didn't have conditioner.
Yeah, she didn't
have a conditioner sponsor, which everybody else had.
She didn't have the up-to-date good equipment either. Like she was using old laces and yeah.
Well, and then we also watched that. Remember, there was a couple years ago. I don't know, maybe it was more than a couple years ago, obviously. But there was that French African American skater who did backflips.
Whoa!
Remember her?
No.
And she was like,
yes.
Yeah, she would actually do a backflip and land on one skate. And it was like, I remember back then I was like, okay, black people are going to take over ice skating. And for
this is
sure.
their sport.
Right, for sure. And like even to this day, you're not allowed to do that. Like, that's not one of their moves.
Okay.
And I think they were mad at her for like bringing that in.
I could see that.
But the crowd freaked out. So she, at one point in her performance, she knew she wasn't going to medal. So she just started doing backflips. And the crowd's all... Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do it again.
But this year, like, I think, didn't the little Russian girl, there was two Russian girls.
I watched it last night.
Okay. They're both adorable.
Right. They're both adorable. Although the one that went last, she's the two-time champ.
Uh-huh.
She, like, they showed her, like, in between everybody else's performances, and she would just be walking up and down the hall with her earbuds in. Uh-huh. She was going through her routine, trying to, like,
listening to us.
Not freak out about... right. She's listening to us. Radio. And she totally looked mean, like angry little Russian girl,
right? Well, I mean,
but
you
then
would.
She got out on the ice, and she was a butterfly,
right? Because all those girls know that after they win, they have to have dinner with Putin.
That's true, right? So it was. First of all, the USA, we got like 9th, 10th, and 11th, so we weren't.
We're not in
the medals. No.
Oh, okay.
But so the first girl went, the one that's 15.
Okay.
That does the triples.
Right.
Okay. So she went and...
There's all kinds of triples. I didn't even know that.
There are a lot of other
triples. A triple
Triple
Lutz. A triple sow cow.
Totally,
whatever all that is.
Right. And in free skate, you really have to pull those out. So anyways, she comes out and she did a great job. And so she's now number 1. Okay. So the Italian chick, she's out.
Okay.
Now it's, like the Canadian. So then the Canadian chick skates and she's got the form and the awesome fluid of an ice skater. She just can't do the jumps. But when she does do a jump, she's beautiful at it. Like she's a much prettier skater.
She's got the form.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with her body. She's just a prettier skater on the ice with the way she extends her arms and her legs.
Her body form, her skating form.
Right, totally.
So is she the one in the purple dress?
She was in black last night.
Okay, no, then
okay, but anyway, so then the last Russian girl comes out and she's the end of the night.
Is she the red gloves girl?
Yes.
Okay.
And she totally, she kind of messed up on one thing, but she did a great job. I mean, they were awesome, but
it's insane how they can before it was like this miracle that they could turn around 3 times in the air. And now they're being asked to turn around 3 more times immediately after that.
Right. Turn around 3 times, land on your little blade of a skate, and then get enough power to jump back up and do 3 more turns.
Right. And then go round and around and around and around when they do those little... Where they lift their leg and you're like, what the hell?
It's cool though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's when Putin's like, yes, I will take her. She's very flexible.
Bring her to me.
Yes.
So there are some things that I want to just talk about that happened at the Olympics.
Uh-huh.
Like Lindsey Vonn. She got the bronze, didn't get the silver like she was or the gold like she was hoping for.
Okay.
But
still medaled.
Yeah, and her grandpa passed away this past November, and coincidentally, he was stationed near Pyeongchang during the Korean War as part of the Army Corps of Engineers. So she scattered his ashes there in Pyeongchang, and she said that I know it would mean a lot to him to be back here as part of him as always in South Korea.
And there's a bunch of people that were all...
right.
She dumped them on a bunch of people. Oh, that would be the worst. I just tasted your grandpa.
And speaking of the ice skating, the German ice skater skated to music from Schindler's List.
Ooh, insensitive.
Wow.
Yeah, why would you pick that? That's such an old movie.
The German figure skater named Nicole Schott skated to music from the movie Schindler's List. Of course, Schindler's List is about the guy
but maybe that was a tribute to the telling the true story of what happened.
I don't know. People on Twitter went crazy. Quote this one. German figure skater performing to music from Schindler's List. That's Not a choice I'd go with. Leslie Jones had hilarious uncensored commentary that we can't put out, but she was more or less doing
awkward.
Yes. And then someone said, "Oh, good, Schindler's List. What a treat we're in for now," said no skating fan ever. I'm trying to imagine the discussion when someone says, "Hey, how about skating to the music from Schindler's List? That'll really get the crowd going."
That's like on the old Seinfeld when Jerry was making out with some girl at the movies and Schindler's List was the movie.
Right.
They're like, "Jerry, you were making out at Schindler's List?"
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
And finally, North Korea's 22 Olympians have completed all their events.
And nobody can find them. They blended into South Korea. That's what, I mean, you know that they're watched all the time.
All the time.
Because they're just like one bathroom window from getting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
They have to come back.
Totally.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he implanted them with something that makes them blow up if they cross.
Right. And, I mean, is this wrong to say? But I mean, like, if you were in the right, I mean, that's so crowded there. Like, if you had the right setup,
you could disappear.
You could do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the 22 Olympians have all completed their events and nobody medaled.
Uh-oh, that means punishment.
Yeah, they ended without a finish higher than 13th.
Oop, run!
Yes. The only part of their group to turn any heads was their 9-woman cheerleading squad.
Yeah, I saw them. Yeah. And they had a skater. They had an ice skater.
Yes.
And her song that she skated to was Help.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, what a beautiful performance. I don't know if she's trying to tell us something.
She's trying to say help.
Call now.
303-728-3420.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I'm sorry, I guess I dialed the wrong number.
Call or text now.
Hello? I know your secret.
You know when you're home alone and you're like hungry, but there's really nothing to eat. You've already looked in the fridge 10 times.
Yes.
And you looked in the pantry.
Right.
But now it's time to create something to eat.
Right.
Out of nothing. Mm-hmm. And like it works for a while. Like you're like, hey, I made a couple meals out of what we had.
Right.
But then after that, now you're really in, okay, what am I going to eat?
There's nothing here.
Right. So we
Gonna
posted.
have to get creative.
We posted this on our Facebook page. What's your favorite ghetto snack when there's hardly anything to eat at home? And we got 270 replies of the most brilliant things that mostly involve tortillas.
Okay. Yes, I was going to say mine would be tortillas.
Right.
'Cause you always have some of those, and you can always put some butter and cinnamon sugar on it and toast it, or you can do. I would do peanut butter and honey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some people that were like, they would put they'll make a sandwich, they said, and they just put potato chips in it.
Yeah.
So potato chip sandwich, which kind of sounds good. I've had a sandwich that had chips on it.
My favorite all-time sandwich is grape jelly with Ruffles potato chips squished in there.
Whoa.
It's pretty
I've never even thought of that.
damn good.
I would like to try that.
I would like to try it with you.
Yeah, because that's all we have here. The other thing I like to do is I'll take mustard and ketchup and mix that into a dip for chips, and somebody else mentioned that as well. That makes a good dip. I thought I was the only one that did that.
Which one?
Where you take mustard and ketchup and you just mix them together and you use your chips and that's your dip.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, and
now
actually,
you're having a meal.
Yeah, even it works for corn chips too.
With the little shards of the chips that are left down in the bag. That's how you know if you got money or not. If you're like wrapping the bag inside out so you can lick everything that got stuck down in there, you pull.
At a certain point, if it's all just, little pieces, then you dump that into the dip and then you stir it around. And now you have some sort of weird meal.
Ketchup, mustard, soup with crackers.
Deal. Right.
It's your imagination. You can do whatever you want.
Right. Some people said, what's your ghetto snack? And then some people were like, sleep.
Yeah, you forget you're hungry.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, hey, I slept 8 hours and I didn't eat anything.
Right. They lick some salt off their hand and they go to bed.
Right. Things that you didn't think would be delicious or like, you sometimes underestimate a saltine with some peanut butter and jelly on it.
No, those are good.
Right.
Like I'll have those even if there's nothing. I mean, even if there's stuff in the house.
Right. So you can hit us up with yours. We'll continue reading those.
I haven't read any of them.
Oh, no. I'm just saying 303-728-3420 if you want to text one in.
Yes. Okay, so Jolene says eating a raw ramen noodle right out of the package, just add the seasoning in the bag and shake. It tastes like chips.
Okay, that would be so hard.
Huh.
Yeah.
It'd be very crunchy. That's like eating pasta. That's
I've
not
seen
good.
that at school before.
Right, really? And they just dig in and they're just, wow, huh?
I bet it's very loud.
MSG.
Yeah.
Full of
Right.
it.
Yeah, totally. Ramen is so good.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So bad for you, but so good.
I like prison ramen. You can add anything to it, like throw some croutons that you have left in it, or maybe some random seasoning that you've never put in it.
Yeah,
you can jazz it up.
Not a lot of people know producer Bolte served like 5 years in the pen.
Down in the Springs.
Right.
I just watch it on TLC. That's all.
No, I've seen that. Like they take, you're supposed to crush up your ramen noodles, put them in your Dorito bag, and then pour some hot water and shake it all up, and you have
with
enchiladas.
the Doritos?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like supposed to make some sort of meal. Or
I could see that actually.
Yeah, it's supposed to make the contents for what you put in your tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh.
you know what I mean?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that, I could
and
do
then
that.
wash it down with your toilet wine.
It's been marinating.
Right.
Fermenting.
It has a little pee to it.
On Facebook, when Jolene said that about the ramen, she got people responding to it. Iris says, I like this, and my husband always makes fun of me for it. Zach said, ha, damn, I thought I was the only one who did this. And Melanie says, oh, my kids love to do this.
Okay, so we actually, there's a Shell gas station right down the way.
Yes.
We could actually have that.
Yeah, we could.
And just to see what it's like.
And
you know what I mean?
And it's real life because we don't really have much food here right
You're
now.
right.
Right,
No,
for
yeah,
sure.
you're right.
There's nothing to eat
There's
here.
nothing.
We have like some ranch dressing, ketchup, and mustard.
Boo.
Right, and like one oatmeal.
Lisa says, wish tacos.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you
I
ready?
wish I had some tacos.
She gave me the recipe. You
Okay.
ready? Wish tacos for Lisa include fried corn tortilla,
Okay.
shredded cheese,
Okay.
and a little chopped onion.
Oh, that sounds good. That's like almost a whole
So
thing.
the wish taco means you're wishing you had meat.
Right. But
Go
that
in
still
it.
works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could still, right, totally. You know what I would do? Like there's times that if that's all I have, I heat it. So it's kind of like just nachos on the chips.
Right, for
Or,
sure.
Yeah, cheese
If
on
you
the
have
nachos.
cheese and chips, you have a meal.
You're
And
good
then
to
if you
go.
have like a handful of those Taco Bell sauces, you're golden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Natasha says, how come nobody's talking about sugar toast?
Okay, I definitely love
I do too.
cinnamon sugar
On toast.
On toast.
Totally.
And I do not like the homemade cinnamon sugar that people make
Why?
because it like when you buy cinnamon sugar,
Yeah.
it's like one thing. Like I can see the cinnamon and the sugar separating.
Okay,
Yeah.
They've
yeah.
joined it together
Right.
in the thing. And when I found it, because I've been looking for it at a grocery store.
Yeah, they make it now.
No, but they don't have it ever. I looked through all the spice racks. So
Really?
then Chris found it on Amazon. I'm like, order 2 jugs of it. So we have plenty. If you
You
want some.
never mixed it at home? Just
No, I put it on toast. for sure.
no, but you never got the sugar and the cinnamon and mixed it
I
together?
just didn't like it. I never
okay.
done. I
It's
done
not
that.
equally spread. Like,
Right, because now you're gonna get a big
portions
bite
are
that's
off.
mostly cinnamon
Oh,
and the
wait.
sugar's
You know
to
what?
the
You
right.
put it in that jar and you shake.
Shake, shake, shake.
Christy says, oh, yeah, the sugar toast. And someone said, add cinnamon. Someone said cinnamon sugar toast.
Oh,
Put
you mean some
cinnamon on
people
it.
are just doing sugar?
Yeah, some people were just doing sugar.
That's weird.
I got to add
Yeah, I can
cinnamon.
have cinnamon.
Yeah. Bread and butter with sugar sprinkled on it.
Never had that.
You know, it's
I mean,
more or
I've
less,
had bread with butter, but never with sugar.
Well, it would be sugar toast again.
Right.
Yeah, right. So may need to have some now. Thanks for the walk down memory lane.
I remember me and my cousin were working at our family's jewelry store, and there was nothing to eat, and we discovered how amazing hard-boiled eggs in Heinz 57 are. It's quite a treat.
Oh, yeah.
It really. So you take a bite
that'll
and then you
work.
pour a little Heinz 57 on there. It's just I don't know why it works.
Bolte, you're kind of actually going through this right now. What do you eat at home?
Scrambled eggs go to. I mean,
Right.
eggs are pretty cheap. If you have 2 eggs, you can scramble them up and just season them. And if you have a tortilla, why not put some ketchup on the tortilla?
You're
Oh, yeah.
winning.
Well, and there was somebody on there that said like fried potatoes and ketchup. I always have potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
totally.
mean?
Right. This one says hot dog or fried bologna inside a corn tortilla.
Hell yeah.
Warm peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Toast the bread, put the peanut butter and jelly on it. So good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll even add honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just making a sandwich, though. That's
Yeah.
not desperate for what's in the
You
house.
have too many ingredients.
Right, exactly.
Unless they're the heels of the bread.
I like the heels of the
Right.
bread because, especially if like you were out of hamburger buns, the 2 heels make perfect buns.
Yeah, you're right.
But now you're making all the rest of the bread dry because you've taken the heels off.
Yeah.
so many times I don't have marinara, so I have spaghetti with butter and garlic salt.
That's amazing.
That actually is
that's
amazing.
Called spaghetti allelou. And my
Hallelujah. Isn't it just garlic salt spaghetti? Or
well, it's garlic pasta. My grandma used to make it with like broccoli, pasta, garlic, and just oil.
Parmesan cheese?
Yeah, and cheese.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's good. Someone said, wow, when I'm having a mayonnaise sandwich, it's been a bad month.
That guy's white for sure. Mayonnaise sandwich.
Actually, Crystal Martinez.
Okay. Put some hot sauce on it.
Yeah, right.
It's going to need something. You're going to need something to break up that mayo with a little hot sauce or maybe even some whatever's in the dustpan.
Oh, yes.
Some crunchies.
Yeah. How about this? Pork rinds with peanut butter.
Okay. That sounds very non-Jewish. No, I don't know. Yeah, my parents definitely were into the pork rinds. Mm-hmm. And I was like, there's some things that your parents eat like, well, that will be your snack untouched.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I definitely did not a fan of that.
On the text line, this person says, rice was always in my house. Uh-huh. So I've learned to put anything on rice, from some cheese to some peanut butter to some garlic salt.
Yeah, I definitely know how to up my rice game for sure.
Yeah, right. Grilled cheese for days between anything. If you have cheese and anything that's got some sort of bread, you can do it.
Even 2 kitchen sponges.
Oh, yes.
And now,
I know you guys are gonna photograph me. I know it makes a cool photo. I got a cool ass car. I got a dope ass outfit on. It's all good.
Celebrity Trash and Bash.
With Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Sponsored by the Mike Sawyer Law Firm. Call 303-GOOD-LAW. Here's Kathie J.
Okay, so a male actor has come out to say he was touched, and that's why you haven't seen him in 15 years.
Oh, okay, because was he touched by a woman?
He was touched.
It's never a woman. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like,
exactly.
Ladies have 10 other things to do besides touch your junk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They got ish to do, especially if they're like actresses with lots of things to do.
Exactly. The last thing I'm thinking about is your junk.
Right. You don't go into work thinking about
who can I drop a pencil in front of and have them pick him up.
Right. You have kids. You have things to do. You got to get through your day.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
Right. When all guys think about is genitalia.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was a guy on guy. And
man on man.
In a new interview with GQ, actor Brendan Fraser. Remember him?
Oh, yeah, the mummy guy.
The mummy guy. He also did that one movie with Elizabeth Hurley, and she's real hot. And she was the devil.
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yes.
And then he did, he's like...
Encino Man.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then he did one of those school... where he was like in a school and he had to stand up for himself.
Oh, yeah. I just really know him from...
Yeah, he had a long career.
Yeah, so anyways, he has disappeared.
So funny when he was with the Elizabeth Hurley.
Bedazzled?
When he was the drug dealer and he thought his mustache...
down in Colombia or whatever?
Right.
Yeah.
And he thought his mustache was fake, so he ripped it off and it was real.
His skin was just hanging. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh.
And then he's confronting that friend who's obviously sleeping with his wife. He's like, what are you guys doing?
Right.
She's like, don't bother yourself. Yeah, it's too funny.
Yeah, so be careful for what you ask for because it might not be your happy ending.
Right, for sure.
The message of that was. I remember he wanted to be a big old basketball player, and he was, and then he had a small ding-a-ling.
Right.
He's like, come on, man.
Come on.
And then he was the sensitive guy that cried at sunset.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this new interview, actor Brendan Fraser revealed that one of the reasons why we haven't seen him is because he was touched inappropriately back in 2003 and it sent him into a spiral.
Okay, wait, 2003. That's him, established actor.
Yes, right.
Who are these brave people that just grab famous crotches? That's crazy.
So the alleged perp was Philip Burke, former president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
Sounds like somebody important.
Yes, they're the people who put on the Golden Globes. So you don't want to piss off the president of that group if you're an actor.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, there's like, I guess... even that big, what's the big black actor's name who does the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun And,
Terry Crews.
Yeah, he was established, and some guy came and touched him that's a high-powered...
Like, kind of pushed him into a corner and touched him.
And just grabbed his junk in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, if it happens to him, we're all...
Right, because who's going to have the nerve? I mean, did you see him in Friday?
Right, exactly. Like, he's the pinnacle of guy you don't touch.
Of guy that would romp you.
Least want you to touch him.
Right. One hit.
Wow.
Terry Crews would win.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Brendan Fraser says that at a luncheon, a Hollywood Foreign Press Association luncheon, that's when Philip went to shake Brendan Fraser's hand, and the other hand grabbed a handful of butt cheek and then something else, okay? Brendan Fraser says that Philip Burke put one of his fingers...
Finger pop.
Wait. We have to go back to that movie really quick.
Okay.
Because all of a sudden, remember, he finally wakes up and he's like, I'm good looking. He's like, I have a great place. Everything was perfect that he wanted. Everything was falling into place. And then it turned out he was gay. And he was like, damn it. And his lover's all, hi. And he's all, son of a.
And she was the next door neighbor or something,
and he couldn't get it up because he was gay. And he was like, kill me. Okay.
Okay. So back to Brendan to this. So he was, he made a memorable movie.
Oh my God, he's hilarious.
And I'm sorry, Elizabeth Hurley was so hot in that movie.
No.
Damn, she's hot.
I guess we'll all be watching that on Netflix this weekend.
Exactly. You go to the Green Solution first, and then we'll meet up at your house.
I already went, so I'll look it up on Netflix.
Okay. Anyways, so here you go, Larry.
Okay.
Philip put one of his fingers in a certain area commonly known
as the taint.
As he said, by a name that rhymes with paint.
Yeah, taint.
And then he started moving it around.
Right.
Brendan Fraser.
That's your on button. That's how you start all computers. When you reset them.
That's not where you start me. Is that where you start you?
Yeah, for sure. That's called your lower chakra for a reason. So then you reboot it. And then all of a sudden you're like.
Why did he start moving around? And how did you get underneath there so easy?
Bolty, come here. Let me show you.
No, don't. It's okay, Bolty.
It's
a trap.
His legs start kicking.
Like when you're petting a dog in the right place.
Shut up. Brendan Fraser says he was eventually able to remove Philip's hand, and he rushed out of the room.
How dare you, sir? That is my taint.
But he left feeling depressed and miserable.
Right, because he's like, I should have went for it.
No.
Maybe the guy's super ugly.
He said that he retreated and became reclusive and, quote, and his work withered on the vine for him. He said he was inspired to tell his story by the hashtag #MeToo movement and all the women coming forward. And for the record, Philip says that Brendan Fraser's version of the events are total fabrication, claims he pinched Brendan's butt as a joke. He did write Brendan an apology, though, after his reps demanded one, but he says that he admitted no wrongdoing.
Philip who?
Philip Burke, Berk.
So I'm just wondering if he's
ugly.
Well, yeah, if he's like Harvey Weinstein, or is he like, maybe he's, I don't know. Let's see. Here we go. This is what he. Yeah, total Harvey Weinstein.
That's totally.
Oh my God, he's got clown hair.
Yeah, what's happening there?
Like he's got the total cul-de-sac.
Oh look, older now looks better than younger. Like Brendan Fraser ran into that scary guy.
Right.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So here and okay. So moving on.
Okay.
Chris Tucker. Remember that?
What does he have to do with all this?
Remember that one time when Chris Tucker was like, "Ain't no more rush hours, man. I got my money." Remember?
Right.
Well, looks like he's going to do Rush Hour 4 with Jackie Chan.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's
Make the money.
Right. People used to take doing a bunch of sequels as like you were not cool or you weren't like of the elite.
Yeah.
And now it's just an automatic thing. You do a movie, they already signed you to 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's exactly
banking
right.
on the fact that it's a hit.
Right, exactly.
So everybody just get used to it and be thankful that you're working.
Right. In theaters this weekend, we have Game Night, which I've heard is awesome.
Right. I'm definitely going to see that.
Okay, that's where Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams they're competitive. They host game nights every Friday with their friends. One of them decides to do a murder mystery game night.
Take it to the next level, and then some real mayhem starts, and they think it's funny, and they're like, haha.
Annihilation with Natalie Portman opens this weekend.
Annihilation. A weird movie where you walk into the rainbow and look at weird deer from afar.
Do you know what Parente said?
Do you know what Parente said?
He said, so the movie is about, it's an all group of female soldiers, female scientists that are sent in to...
Oops. Click, I'm out.
And do you know why?
Why?
Because
in the future, there's no more penises.
No, because apparently they sent all of the men that they had to this thing that's happening, the annihilation, and they all end up dying. So their last resort was only women were left out of the crew of people that knew anything. So the women now, it was their chance to go in.
We've tried men, kids, chickens,
monkeys.
It's just us.
it's just
right.
Send in the ladies now.
Right.
And of course, Black Panther is in theaters. So
do we even know what her movie is like ultimately about? I mean, like, is it like, because I can't remember. I saw the trailer. Yeah, but something's going on. It's aliens,
and wherever they go, they want to
eat you. They're in the goo.
Well, they want to make it better, but they want to make it better in their way.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of like they're taking over.
I just see lots of animals and creatures in there, like.
Totally right.
Okay.
I just mentioned Rachel McAdams. She's in Game Night that opens up today.
Love her.
She's pregnant with her first child.
Wow. So Regina George is having a baby.
She still looks fantastic.
Oh, no, for sure.
So she wasn't at the junket when Chris Parente went and did the interviews, and they just said that she had another project, and then she didn't hit the red carpet for the premiere of Game Night, which prompted her publicist to say she's pregnant.
Okay.
Right. So
she's in a delicate state.
Yes. She hasn't spoken publicly, but the father is a guy named Jamie Linden, and he's a screenwriter whose credits include We Are Marshall, Dear John, and Money Monster. So he's got some money.
Okay.
Yep. They've been dating since April of 2016, rarely seen in public, but she is pregnant, meaning she's pretty far along. Might be due in August.
Well, and you've seen her house. It's like super dope.
I haven't seen her house.
Yeah. She got the master bedroom.
Yeah, right.
Because she wanted to.
Totally right.
They let her.
Just because. Kylie Jenner, did a tweet just cost Snapchat to lose $1.3 billion?
Okay, they're saying that she has that kind of influence, but it also could be that nobody likes the new update on Snapchat, so people were just kind of not using it.
We're pissed, right?
Right. So I think it's a combo of both, but let's not let her think she can sink a whole economy.
Well, people are blaming a tweet that Kylie did for the 1.3 billion with a B drop in market value for Snapchat. Okay. She said, quote, does anyone else not open Snapchat anymore, or is it just me? Oh, this is so sad.
Right, and that's what everybody else has been saying about Snapchat. So she just was being truthful. It was just whatever. Exactly. It's very unpopular with users. Mm-hmm. Kylie isn't bailing entirely. Just 10 minutes after her initial comment, she tweeted, "Still love you though, Snap, my first love." And you know why? Why? I'll tell you what happened in that 11 minutes. On their show, in between their scenes, they're all on Snapchat. Kim, Courtney, blah, blah, blah. And so they're always using those filters. So I bet like they have some sort of deal with Snapchat because you'd have the right to put those on there. And on their TV show. And so they probably have, let's promote each other, blah, blah, blah. And so with her one tweet, she kind of wrecked it. So Kris Kardashian called and said, we can't hate on them. And now, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so she, 11 minutes later, tried to be like, hi, you're my friend. Right. Too late. In addition to Kylie and the unpopular new look, another possible reason that the stock took a drop. Did you hear what the CEO who left, Evan Spiegel, did you hear what he got as his parting gift? No. Of money? $637 million as a bonus that he got last year before he left. So you kind of look at him as that person that won Powerball. You're like, oh, it's one guy. Dude, like all you kids listening right now, go into business management. Go into become a CEO, because even when you leave, you get like a $30 million payout. What? This dude's payout is the third highest payout ever received by a CEO, $637 million. He literally leaves in a gold parachute. Right. He poops gold. Right. Damn. And finally, Ozzy Osbourne's family is going to be doing a podcast together. That's funny. I've watched a show with Jack and Ozzy. Have you seen the show? Yes, I've seen it. And Jack is like... We drive around. Yes, and Ozzy is a diva and exactly, but he's got stupid ideas. Yeah. He wants to do stupid things. It's really hard to understand him. Yes, but it's cool. I really like the show. It's just father-dad bonding. Yeah, and Jack's cool. Awesome. Jack's cool. Love him. Yes. So believe it or not, 13 years since the Osbournes ended its run on MTV. Remember how annoying they were when they first came to us? Yeah. They were like the Ozzy and Sharon's English bulldogs. The kids were.
Jack and Kelly.
Yeah, exactly. They look like English bulldogs.
Little fat
and
Campbell
she had a
kids.
pink bow in her hair.
Right.
And Jack had glasses.
Right, and her makeup and her hair and stuff, you just knew you were like, that girl is just going through some soul searching.
Right, that was the snacking family. That was the snacking family. Chipotle.
So it's going to be called The Osbournes Podcast. New episodes will come out weekly beginning March 5th. Jack will serve as the host. Family will talk about their old show. Comedians will be on.
Quite difficult. No subtitles.
Oh, well, then I can't watch it. I can't without. I mean, I need you're right. I need a podcast with subtitles, and it won't. It'll be redone. A computer goes.
Right. What Ozzy says. It's like when the interpreter comes in on the news.
Exactly. They've been talking about doing something like this for a while, and they figured that the podcast was the best thing because sometimes their dad doesn't like to be on TV.
Well, and then it's crazy because Kelly, after she dipped out on Fashion Police, she hasn't really done anything either.
No, she hasn't.
I think some people at a certain point are like, hey, what am I doing? I'm rich. I forgot I was rich.
Right, exactly.
Like, what am I doing? Right, I don't want to go to work.
I'm 25. I'm wasting my life trying to work.
Right, let's do drugs.
Call or text us now.
I'm so excited.
On the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends.
303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
All right, we're talking about ghetto snacks that you eat when there's nothing really to eat at home.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were like saying they ate ramen just straight, like not boiled,
right?
Dry.
Like they sprinkle the season packet into it and break it up, and it's like chips.
Right, and so we were just super curious, so we ran to the gas station, and now we're going to try...
Crunch it, squeeze the can.
I know, but it's kind of stuck in there.
You did it all wrong. All you need to do is start scrunching. Okay.
Okay, but no, it's super dry. It was like wedged in there.
Okay.
All right, so let me taste a little bit. Ready?
Did you put the seasoning in it?
It's already in it.
Okay.
So I got you your own, or you can try mine.
We're gonna try yours.
Okay,
Why
but this is shrimp flavor. Okay. So I'm being pescatarian by eating this, which means that you don't eat animals, but maybe once in a while a seafood creature. All right, here we go.
You know what? I don't think I have to try it.
These snacks aren't meant to be delicious.
I feel like I'm eating Justin Timberlake's hair from NSYNC in the early days.
When it was the blonde pubic hair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was exactly, and it tastes exactly like that. So now you know what Jessica Biel tastes.
Okay, well then stop eating it.
It's not bad. I mean, I could definitely
if you were hungry, it would work.
Right, try
No. If you said it's shrimp flavor, I don't want to try
there's
shrimp.
really no real shrimp in there, for God's sakes.
Okay.
Okay, so it just tastes like, it does turn into like a chip, kind of like consistency.
I see that, but why not add the water?
I know.
Ramen,
you're a step
to me,
away.
Ramen is
Okay, you know
bomb.
why, Kathy? Quit being on your high horse with your fancy water. Some people's water bill got shut off, and now they only have this.
Yeah.
Okay, there is that. There is that. Right?
I'm kidding.
No, there's that.
Use your toilet water. Oh, there's not even that.
Oh, God.
When it's yellow, it's mellow.
Right.
When it's brown, flush it down.
Yeah.
Here, Bolty, did you open yours?
Oh, no, I'm good. I've had it before.
You have?
Yeah,
You're just
definitely.
saying that.
No, I have.
Okay.
Remember we said he was
made
in
me
jail.
Suffer. You have to do it.
Come eat some. He's like, oh, okay, gosh, guys.
Okay, good.
We're all Wiggins would have eaten it. All right.
Break yourself off a little noodle.
It actually isn't bad. In a million years, I would have never thought that.
Yeah, there's just enough MSG to make it taste okay.
For sure.
I'm going to get a headache later from it.
Right.
Do you
probably.
get headaches from MSG?
I don't get anything from anything. Like, I swear to God, like
you're immune.
I'm immune to caffeine. I could drink like 12 Cokes and go to bed.
Oh,
yeah. It's not. It's just weird. I'm the placebo effect guy.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know. I also don't feel like over the counter drugs work on me either. So when you have a cold, people are like, "Oh, you got to take this and that, the other," and it's like you still have a cold. It doesn't really make anything go away.
No, I think there's like Advil, cold and sinus. I think that thing works.
I think when your membranes in your nose are closed and swollen, they're closed and swollen. And nothing gets you past you know how when you're sick and your nose is runny and you're sneezing a million times and the light of the sun kills you, nothing rushes that past. You know what I mean? That's just brutal. That's as bad as it
naps.
Right? I'd rather have diarrhea.
Okay.
That's Larry Ulibarri on health.
Okay, so
what else are people eating? Yeah.
We have stuff on the text line. We were just talking about Brendan Fraser getting touched
Right, by like some scary man.
Yep. Philip Burke. And this person says, oh, goodness, we were just wondering about him last night. We were watching George of the Jungle.
Oh, my God, that was a great movie.
I forgot he was George of the Jungle.
I don't know. I better not say that was a great movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's like Jupiter Ascending.
I have fond memories of it.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, no, and he's also, you see him on the Mummy ride when you go to Universal.
Yes, right.
Brendan Fraser's right there, front and center. Well, I mean, at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, he is at the end to say, that was crazy.
Right. And then there's a Mummy right there. He's like, ah!
What people eat when they're poor. Mm-hmm. This one says peanut butter with saltines and a glass of tropical punch Kool-Aid.
Okay, that sounds like a great snack.
Yeah, that's a meal.
That's something you give your kid. You're like, hey, watch your show. Here's your little snack.
I totally peanut butter and saltine crackers.
For sure. Totally. Hell yeah. But then, you got to get a little glob of jelly if you got it.
Uh-huh. This one says canned oysters with saltines and cheese.
Okay, now you're losing me. That's why I don't date women.
This one says peanut butter jelly in a tortilla. Warm it up for 30 seconds in the microwave. Tastes like it came from Narnia.
Oh, totally. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it tastes like Turkish delight.
Yeah, I might try it then. I've never thought to heat it.
No, that's the whole thing. It's like if you come from a Hispanic, Latino background, and you were lucky enough to have your grandma and your mom make homemade tortillas.
Yes.
They would make those ahead of meals. So they had the stack ready.
Uh-huh.
So if you were lucky enough to be inside and not playing outside when they were making them, then you're like, one right off the heat, butter and jelly on it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was at Chef David's last night. Chef David of
We love David Vanderchuck.
Scratch Catering Services. David Bondarchuk, right.
We love him.
And it was Mexican food, right? And so it was delicious and stuff. But then
not as good as this dried ramen.
He brought this. Stop eating it. He brought the tortillas in and stuff. And I was like, did you make these from scratch? And he was like, no. And then he said, do you know who makes the best tortillas I've ever had? And I was like, who? And he goes, Larry's mom.
Yeah. She makes good homemade tortillas because I think like the trick is you put lard in them.
I'm sure. Like the recipe, like when I try to, you know how they always say, pass down the recipes of your family traditions. Right. Well, a lot of it was used lard and Crisco and stuff
That's why our grandfathers died way before our grandmothers.
Yeah, totally.
Because it was murder.
Right.
Like you could really do a CSI investigation on our grandmothers.
You could.
They should have all been locked up.
No.
I think they were putting extra lard in the potatoes. That's why my grandma's fried potatoes were always off the chain.
Yeah.
Nuts. I was like, whoa, you're putting like stone cold Crisco in there.
Yeah, no, for real, right. Fried bologna with mustard, said this person on the text line.
Hell yeah. I mean, and you know what? A lot of people have veered clear of bologna since you were a kid, and everybody's like, that's horse butthole and chicken beaks.
It's just as bad as eating a hot dog.
It's a carcinogen. It's like having a cigarette. So then now we've discovered soy bologna, and they even make these faux individually wrapped sliced cheese. And if for anybody, like somebody tried to say, I don't know what's in that wrapped cheese thing of yours. And I go, I don't know what's in the wrapped cheese thing of yours either.
Amen.
And you were willing to eat that.
Has he tricked you, Bolty, with the bologna in his house? It's delicious.
Really good.
Yeah. It's bomb.
He's my number one friend for like, hey, that tasted good.
Yeah.
Bolty's cool like that.
I wouldn't lie to you.
No.
If I didn't like it, I'd be like,
blah, blah.
Right.
On the text line, this one says, a tang, which...
So tang on a sandwich?
In the bread.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was dirty.
This one says rolled tortilla with cream cheese.
Duh.
That's like me doing peanut butter.
Yeah, that's you being healthy. Like, I'm not going to have the bread. I'm just going to have that.
Pretzels and ketchup.
Okay, I've never had that, but if
I've had pretzels and peanut butter.
Well, pretzels and mustard go together fine. So
yeah.
I guess like if you mix a little mustard in there.
Let's see. This one says...
Good morning, hunties.
Okay, what
That's how
this?
You say hunty.
Yeah. Go say it again.
Good morning, hunties.
I didn't participate in the Throwback Thursday, but here's for Flashback Friday.
Okay.
Here's when I first met the queen of radio, Kathie J. Okay, this is going to be interesting. You were so awesome and sweet, you almost broke my sunglasses with your boobies.
Okay.
They were probably hanging on his shirt.
So far, this could be like 1,000 women.
Right, okay.
They're like, oh my God, that's me. You almost broke my sunglasses with her boobs.
Then it says, I had them hanging on my chest and we hugged and you were like, oh no, you're going to tell everybody Kathie J broke your sunglasses with your boobs. Laughing my ass off. Love you. Have a great weekend.
That's hilarious.
I love you too. And I'm so glad I didn't break your... Is that him?
Look, yeah, that's him.
Okay. Oh, wait, I remember this.
Okay.
Where the hell was this? Was it at a school? Okay, go up real fast. What does it say above that, Bolty?
Same story.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
That's cute. I remember I met a listener, and I was coming out of 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And she was standing out front, and she recognized me, and she was like, "Oh my God, oh my God!" And she came up and she hugged me, and as she was hugging me, she cracked my soda container.
Oh.
And it was like soda was going everywhere in between me and her, and she still didn't care. She was like, Larry. And I was like, oh, hello.
Oh, hi. Now I am covered in my soda.
I go, maybe God didn't want me to have that 1,100 calories. That's what I took it. I didn't go get a new one. Yeah,
You didn't?
I didn't. It was already too late. She was really happy and she was really nice. And
so you just,
I was like, you saved me 1,000 calories.
We have a shout out.
Oh, good. I want to hear it.
Yeah, it's when Larry was talking about the Olympics. There's a little correction that one of our fans have.
When I was talking about the skater who did the backflip.
Okay, the triplets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, the backflip.
Right,
Good morning, Larry and Kathie. I hope you're having an awesome Friday. Larry, Sweet Pea, Honey Bunch, Buttercup, Pudding Pop. I just need to let you know that not all black people are African American. Recently, you said the African American skater from France. Sweet Pea. If she's from France, she's not African American. She's a French woman of African descent. So I just wanted to point that out to you and let you know that the only reason that Auntie calls and corrects you is because I love you.
Aww.
You guys have an awesome Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will be listening to you again on Monday.
Thanks.
Smooches, baby.
Bye-bye.
Love you, Auntie.
And now you know. You know what I mean? It's a learning thing. Because
you're right, because you said it in Bolte and I didn't even hear anything wrong with it.
Right, because that's like, because you rarely hear somebody go, oh, it's, she's a black lady.
Right.
You hear, okay, African American, and then that's so ingrained in your head that if they're any part of the whole world, she's African American.
Right.
So and then it's pretty crazy how she said French of African descent. So it really should be like she should be African French.
Yeah.
Right. What you're
right. So is that what you call her? African French?
No, she's the one. Yeah. I'm learning from her.
She's a French lady of African descent.
I guess that's where we're going with that. Who am I?
That's a lot to write.
Either way, that girl could kill it in some backflips on ice.
Yeah, right.
Like I just looked up a video and she did there's her doing it three different meets or whatever they do.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. She literally lands on one skate.
Okay, I have to see it.
Oh, and
is it because when she lands, she really cuts the ice up, so it makes it dangerous for skaters after her?
No, I think that they were just, the ice community is so white. They were just so thrown by somebody that did something so amazing. They were like, well, we can never do that again.
Mm-hmm. Right. Outlaw.
No points for you. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of thought it was.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music.
Less commercials.
More Larry and Kathie.
Yes, more us because we haven't started any sort of program or anything. But soon it'll be less of us.
Yeah.
If everything goes according to plan. Today, it's more about eating dried ramen. Delicious.
Right.
I've had enough sodium for 4 people.
Yeah, and then he just kept eating it. Bolte and I were looking at you like, stop eating it.
It was delicious. No, I didn't eat the whole thing.
No,
but
you didn't.
I definitely sampled it. I want to get in touch with the people that said that was a good snack, and it wasn't bad.
No, yeah,
I'm looking at it a whole new way.
Like you're going to go buy it?
Right, and then chop it in half. Yeah! With my hand.
Yes. Ow. Speaking of food, the most popular food in every state has been broken down according to the people who live there. BuzzFeed just did a survey in 50 states about the most popular food where they live, okay?
Well, I hope we got something cool, because sometimes you get screwed in this, and they're like, your city likes tamales. And it's like, well, not everybody likes tamales.
Our city likes green chili.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, right. I do like good green chili.
Yeah.
In a lot of states, people there voted for signature food, like New York was...
Pizza.
Pizza.
Bagels.
Oh, okay.
Those are that's also just as famous.
Oh, yeah.
Rosenbergs.
Right.
Do you guys do lox and bagels? Mm-mm. That is one thing I definitely miss.
He loves lox and bagels.
I'd go pescatarian for that. Oh, it's so amazing with the right bagel and the cream cheese and the cucumber, the capers and the lemon and the purple onion. What?
Yep. I'm over here just eating my hash browns.
No, eat your ramen, your dry ramen.
In Illinois, you got Chicago, so they probably
hot dogs.
It's deep dish pizza.
Okay.
But yeah, hot dogs, the Chicago dog, totally.
Mm-hmm. That is a brilliant hot dog,
it is.
By the way, and you can't. I hate people that eat trail mix and they grab a handful and then they eat all the M&Ms, then they eat the peanuts, and they separate it. Like that hot dog is meant to take a bite at a time, so you get a little bit of that pepper, some of that relish. You can't mess with that hot dog. I have people that pick stuff off of it. It's like, that's not a Chicago hot. Not a Chicago hot.
What? That's not a Chicago hot dog.
That's not a Chicago hot dog. That's not a Chicago hot dog.
What are you trying to say?
That's not a Chicago hot dog. That's not a Chicago hot dog.
What are you saying? What did
it's
you
not
mean?
a Chicago hot dog.
Okay, there you go.
It's not a Chicago hot dog.
He's got a Chicago accent.
It's not a Chicago hot dog.
It's not. Okay. In Pennsylvania, it's cheesesteaks.
Okay.
I do love a good Philly cheesesteak.
She likes them fried because she likes cheesesteaks.
In Hawaii, it's the stuff you love.
Pho. No. Pokey. Poke. Poke is something you do to your neighbor's wife when he's at work.
Brandon Fraser.
Right.
And you said you didn't want to go to Hawaii this weekend.
I know.
You could have gone and poke'd a neighbor.
Here's the thing. If you like sushi and you're cool with that texture of actual pieces of raw fish, poke's awesome because it's like fish and they toss it with like other things, onions or whatever. And then it's like just a bowl of raw sushi.
Oh.
So it's very Hawaiian, and Chris loves it. He'll eat a whole bowl of it.
Oh, see, I thought that was the Spam sushi was poke.
No. The thing I like is not called poke. You're talking about the piece of Spam and the piece of rice. I mean, the little thing of rice. It looks like a giant piece of sushi.
Yes, with seaweed wrap.
Right. And then those that are with chicken, too. Those are amazing.
In Vermont, maple syrup.
What? That's their whole favorite meal is syrup?
Dude, I love maple syrup. Maple syrup
It's
goes
not a
on
meal.
everything.
That's a condiment.
No, but it's their favorite thing to eat. It's
just
like
syrup?
Well, it's what they're known. Signature food means what you're known for and what everyone eats.
Okay, fine.
Everyone's going to put maple syrup on something in Vermont.
For sure, but give me something. Those people are all real sad. They have nothing to put it on.
I don't know. You let the maple syrup dry out a little, turns all crystallized like some sugar candy. Maple syrup's bomb.
We had the in-laws over, and we busted out the waffle maker, and we haven't used it in forever, and you buy the batter at the store and put eggs and oil, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that was so good. I was like, the next day, I was like, can we have those for dinner?
Right.
Like, I could have a waffle a day.
In Texas,
barbecue.
That's right, Bolty.
Hold on. We're going to Texas.
A lot of states got more obscure foods, like a cubed fried meat dish in South Dakota.
Never heard of it.
Cubed fried red meat dish.
Huh.
We've probably eaten it, though, if it's a cubed red meat in a dish. I mean, isn't that kind of like a pot roast?
Like stew or something like that?
Right. A Norwegian flatbread in South Dakota, or in North Dakota, there's a Norwegian flatbread called lefse that everyone loves.
Okay.
No idea. And in Missouri, who knew? Toasted ravioli.
Ooh, delicious.
Guess I'd be okay in Missouri.
Yeah. I guess they have that at the Olive Garden, that, little Italian dinery.
You can go see if they have toasted ravioli.
They probably definitely do. But
no, they go fried ravioli because we're Americans.
Isn't that the same thing?
Toasted and fried?
Oh, I guess you could do like toasted just in the oven, and then fried is for a fatter person.
So toasted would get like a nice crunchy
same as fried, just a little healthier.
Right. Well, fried, fried's dipping in the...
Fried sounds amazing.
And then there's Alaska. The number one pick of the signature food in Alaska is...
salmon.
You'd think it'd be salmon.
Yeah, fish.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Who knew? We'd all be okay if we went to Alaska.
Huh.
Yeah, they said that apparently that's their favorite meal up there.
Huh.
Yes.
Well, I mean, then that's kind of everybody's favorite.
True.
We all claim ice cream. You scream for ice cream.
And speaking of food, there's another survey that says 2/3 of parents hide the good snacks from their kids and their significant other.
Yeah, that's smart because it really does come down to you ate those cookies. Those were for all of us. So the mom learns that eventually.
Right. I spent good money on these Pepperidge Farm cookies.
Exactly.
And you guys just destroyed them.
Right.
So now, next time I get them, they're going right up in my closet and you won't have any of them.
Which is so weird. You're like, now we have mice in the closet because mom had to hide her snacks.
Right.
Or,
there is that.
You're supposed to hide them in plain sight. So in other words, you get something like a Fig Newton's box and you put your good snack in it, something they'll never reach for.
Oh, gotcha.
So you're like, oh, mom's big old tin of prunes.
Not going in there.
Right, exactly.
Pass.
When it's all marshmallows and Snicker bars.
Yeah, so 2/3 of parents say that they hide really good snacks from their kids and their significant other. The most popular ones that they hide, a good bag of chips, candy, cookies. People hide fruit from each other.
And then you forget about it, and there's like 800 gnats
right.
underneath the sofa.
People hide nuts from each other. Maybe because they're so expensive.
What?
So if you spend all the money on it, you don't want to share.
What, these nuts?
No, Jesus.
These nuts.
Anyways, crackers, ice cream. How are you hiding ice cream? There's only one place to be putting it.
Maybe in the garage.
Why is the dog licking the carpet?
Or do you hide it like you just said, way in the back? You know, one time I hid it in the ice dispenser, and it was down in there, and my husband came and like hit the thing to fill it up with ice. So the ice cream
exposed.
No, the ice cream container got pushed into the machine.
No.
So no ice would come out in the front of the door.
And they're all, what's wedged in here?
Right, and then I had to go in with
somebody snack-a-rooney. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I was totally busted.
You know, if you don't want your guys or kids touching your stuff, put your stuff in like a box of like frozen fish sticks.
Yeah.
And then inside is the Haagen-Dazs bars.
Yes, exactly.
That now tastes like fish.
And where are the most popular places that people eat their secret snacks?
On the toilet.
In the closet.
In the car.
Okay. I would say standing in the kitchen while everybody's watching TV. You're all, shh. Right, and all you hear is
you got a chip
the bag, and the dog is the first one to give you away.
Yeah. Right.
Shut up.
Even Avery, she'll be like, "What are you doing? What's in your hand?"
Damn it! Caramels aren't for everybody. We all have places to be.